He walked in.
Fuck. Fuck. Well, hello and welcome to the BBU update, which has never any technical or production issues ever. Right, Alex?
Sure. Feel like it was one of those old news program intros where it blinks through like all previous news and then the intro starts. You know, because you're clicking through all this. It's
But yes, hello and welcome to BBU update number 148, the return of the admins.
return of the admins.
Speaking
Not
of
that we've gone anywhere. Just want to get it out.
I went to work. You know.
Well done.
Thank you. So we have grown a total of 11 members since last week.
Yeah. A large part of this is to do with people obviously bringing their friends in and playing games. And we've been getting F1 ramped up a little bit with the F1 IRL starting again. And of course, some new Age of Empires players too, from all of the time that I'm spending there. No
What
life
about
in it.
Lost Ark? Not like that, or still going?
It's definitely still going. I haven't really touched it myself for a couple of days now since my mouse broke and I've been swamped with casts like that.
Mouse broke. That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a surprise for later on in the show. A blast from the past, some may say.
God.
Speaking of people may say, we unfortunately is out of playoffs in VL.
No.
Aren't we out?
No, we lost. We lost in the winners round. But we now dropped to the losers bracket. So we have the hardest run possible to get to the final. But it's still possible. And they will likely be playing on Thursday. I don't know if it will be streamed yet. But even when we know, you will know.
Man, there will be people. Like, I jumped into the voice chat last week to see the amount of people in the BBU supporters. At one point, that was insane. I was like,
How many were there for BBU and how many were there to see some great cast? That's what
at least 90% for the casting. Last 10% for the team.
Anyway.
With that said, there's a BBU meeting on the Sunday, and you're not invited unless you're admin or staff. So,
however, you are invited to give some feedback, and if there's anything that you want us to discuss, or you need something to add to the Discord, then feel free to send somebody a message, put it in chat town, put it in the Nitro Booster chat if you're one of those special people, or just DM any other moderator and say, hey, listen, you guys have your monthly meeting on Sunday. I think we should really discuss adding free chickens being given to members. And we'll discuss it and we'll say no because unfortunately we don't have that kind of money. But, you know, you can definitely bring it up.
The easiest way, so like, also known as going to the winners bracket, message me because I make the agenda.
Yeah.
Because messaging Alex will mean Alex messaging me, and I then putting it on the agenda.
And if you message a mod, they'll then probably message me, and then I'll probably message Donkey.
Yes.
And if you don't message anyone and you just talk about it, then what will likely happen is they will then talk to a mod, who will then talk to me, who will then talk to so,
and by that,
Donkey, guys. Just message Donkey. It doesn't matter how big or small, how silly or smart. If you've got an idea, send it through and we'll talk about it. You can do it. You can have it be anonymous so that only Donkey knows if you want. That's fine too.
And I promise I won't go Will Smith.
Like the thing that one of the things we discussed last month was the stream chat being brought back, which it now has. If you go look at general gaming there, that's one thing that we've recently as per requests.
Speaking of nice cool people that has special cool access, we have a new Nitro Booster, which is Megan Goldie.
But you know, she's also a moderator, so already had that access. But yeah, special access to Nitro Boosters. They get their own chat, so that
you can now use outside emotes, which moderators actually can't.
True, actually, yeah.
And don't trust them.
But yeah, the Nitro Booster chat is there just for a direct line. All staff members have it fully turned on, so if you message it at any point, we all get notified and go, What was that?
Not the most active chat ever. I have to be honest. Okay?
No, it's not.
So Nitro Boost, like it spikes up sometimes, but every time it spikes up, like we jump in there and people are generally, oh, that's
And we,
actually seriously
yeah,
discuss that.
we typically get a conversation out of it as to something that needs to be changed or why.
And I don't. It should never be a really active chat, because if it's a really active chat, it means we're doing a really bad job. If people are
Yeah,
constantly like fix XYZ, right?
I guess. But yeah, never be afraid to make a suggestion.
Oh, never, ever.
Ever.
Yeah. Speaking of suggestions and bad segues, F1 RL is back, but not
Well,
next week.
speaking of things that are changing, the new Formula One 2022 cars have made a blistering impact on the ability to race each other,
I've
and it's
used that
almost go-kart-esque, as you can see in the F1 IRL talks that we have every week when they're on the weekends. We watch qualifying together, we watch the race together. There's a lot of talk in F1 town, and for segues, that one will do you, donkey. But yeah, come and hang out. There's always a bunch of us.
Yeah,
We have a chat. We have our own opinions. We get to go at the same time. It's great.
That's not true, because my stream is usually ahead of you guys' stream, so I go, oh!
That's true. I looked at your stream for like 5 minutes, maybe, and then went to get a drink, and then my dad was watching what we'd already watched like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, I know what happened to you.
Speaking of, like,
I should just start pretending like I'm magic and be like, he's gonna crash in 3 corners. What? I'm telling you, 3 corners. He's bender.
Speaking of, but if you want to join and watch, make sure that you have a way of watching F1 because the only thing we can provide is quote, as to quote our social media teams, the best community. That is what we can only provide. We can't provide because, well, I'm sorry, but we don't have Sky Sport money.
Yeah, we do. We just don't tell anyone. I'm actually not sitting on a computer chair. I'm just sitting on a stack of money.
Okay, that's why it's blood in the background.
Yeah, just a whole rake of money, yeah.
Fair. Okay, so until Alex decides to, like, give some of his money so we can buy just, the exclusive BBU broadcasting rights to F1. I want that. I want that so bad. Just call up FIA. Yo, can we broadcast F1 where? BBU. What's that? Best place. How many people? 550.
550. What about the millions of views across the world? You can join.
It's okay. They can be here.
I think it's about time we moved on to everybody's favorite tops for the week. Donkey, we have a returning top seater.
A return.
Yeah, Shelby topping out the chat messages again this week with 56 instead of 53 last week. So he's done more. Why haven't you? Is basically the question we're asking. Donkey, however, is somebody else who has done more. Moved himself up into that second position. 46 messages from him. Strength with 28, Cub with 26, and Vike Fresno, which is Viking, one of our lovely mods who was very recently in talk room and has a headache right now. So if you want to bombard him with messages, I'm sure that'll make him feel better. He also has 26 messages this week. And we look at top channels, though, not surprisingly, because F1 IRL has ramped up again, Donkey. Formula 1 Town, 133. LOL Town with 76, Valorant Team Chat with 73, Chat Town with 55, and Valorant Academy Team Chat with 29 messages. Donkey, what about voice? Have we been active in the voice channels this week?
Man, you, because you suck in text, you make it up in voice, 47 hours. Bradley, 10 hours less with 37. So Callum with 23 hours and 37 minutes. Michael Messi has 22 hours. And me, myself, and I has 80 hours. Now they're in the 5th spot. Gaming 1 is the place to be if you want a game, as the charts clearly say. That or you could be in League 1. Both with 122 hours, 49 hours. You could also be chatting away in the talk room, but where the real speed is in Formula 1 spectators, which is the event chat.
And that is purely events, yeah?
That is purely events. So that is that room, as we have before, change its name depending on the event. None in there. Valorant League is 19 hours. That is Igba for like 10 of those hours. he sits in there so much doing obviously work. It's not that, but like I think he lives.
I say this all the time. I genuinely think Iqbal is the best coach in VL. The time he dedicates not just to how to improve the team, but also actual coaching the team directly, coaching individuals, making sure he's up to date himself with what is meta and how to adapt that to his own players. And we're very lucky to have him coaching our teams and representing the because he honestly I think fantastic in that role. And I wouldn't trade him for anyone. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, same.
That's my perspective. But if we look at things that we would trade, it would be Darren's physique. So meme of the week this week, Donkey changing scenes as I bring it in. Now this came with a tagline of my X-ray results have came back, and obviously it's a very hairy skeleton. Darren, for those who don't know, Soap, Dr. Soap, Soapy Avenger. He is a very, very hairy individual. So this did collate 6 votes from those who managed to see it and understood the reference. So 6 votes to Darren for this one. And hopefully next week we'll have a couple more memes. It was a bit quiet this week, Dunk.
Give us your memes.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff we get clip, and we get it from Bradley again this with 5 votes.
Oh! He walked in!
I'm now Blitzcrank.
Grab them! Yeah!
I'm talented.
He's going back in. Go Legend. Go was in 27.
Come on.
I put this back.
That's my flash, so...
I'm now just on it. Who am I going to be next? I'm talent. Got the blue.
Oh my
I'm butchering.
god! Oh.
Man, that was a long clip.
It was. I'm sure Donkey didn't get the references too much. If I was to be casting this, basically the champion I was playing as in this game, when you kill somebody, you can take their soul and become that champion, Donkey. So at the start of the game at level 1, we went to fight the enemies, and we basically got 5 kills by resetting that ability.
Look at
So
Alex
it was
assuming
pretty...
I don't know.
Me.
Ask Johnny.
Name more than 3 champions.
Lulu.
I didn't expect Lulu.
Okay, Volibear.
I expected Volibear.
Lee Sin.
I expected Lee Sin.
Misfortune.
Oh, fuck, look at this dude. What's her first name?
I don't know.
You're never going to know it's Sarah. There you go. That's just a law thing for you guys out there.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. For anybody that doesn't know League, if you watch the VL stuff, they have chats so you can like pretend you're smart. With the people in the chat, you click, oh, they're doing this, and they were like, you know, League, and you're like, man, I have cheats.
Yeah, and I do also try my best when I'm casting over there to, not dumb it down, but try elaborate on what the teams plan on doing and why.
Is your name Crafty? Speaking of Crafty and F1, where is BBU F1, Alex? Yeah, that was a segue for you. Right,
it was in the goddamn bin, just because time was unfortunately not something we were able to provide. However, recently things have altered slightly. We've been told by Michael Massey himself that we are permitted to start up a BBU F1 league again if interest is there. So there is a form to fill out, an interest form, in the Formula 1 League info chat under the Formula 1 category in the Discord. Fill that form out. It goes back to Wilder. He looks at who's interested. If we have enough people, we will be putting a league together. Will it be in the same franchise league fashion that it was? I don't think it will be exactly the same. It will have some tweaks to make it a bit more friendly and slightly less competitive, or maybe competitive in certain areas and competitive in other areas, and then fun in the middle. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're looking at rejigging depending on who's interested and why. So if you fill that form out, then we can tailor it to what you're looking for, as we always do with the F1 league. So, were you interested, Donkey?
Cast it.
There you go. He can't cast it if there's no league, and there's no league if you're not interested. So fill in the form, be interested, give this man something to cast, because hearing Donkey go, oh, what? Oh, wow, is honestly one of the best in my life. As sad as that may seem. Have we had any other questions this week, Donkey? Or is there anything coming through in the chat right now for questions in particular? I don't see any. No. In that case, just to reiterate what we said earlier, the BBU or monthly meeting is coming up this Sunday. So if you do have anything you want to be discussed by the staff, as small or little or as big and large as it may seem, just send a message to Donkey or anyone else if that makes you more comfortable. So you have this idea, you want this to be discussed. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? And we can come back to you with a very detailed response, or maybe even hopefully implement your suggestion to make the server better for everyone. So by all means, make sure you message somebody and we'll get that done for you guys in the meeting on Sunday, and you'll hear all about it on the update next week. But for now, Donkey, that's it from me. That's it from you. And we'll see you guys
Bye.
next week.